Hi everyone, this is Michelle from the Snooze Clinic again. Long time no see. Okay, so today I'm going to go through the travel checklist, right? Things that you may need to do, things that you may need to remember to bring when you go on a holiday. And if you intend to bring your CPAP machine along. Yeah? Okay, so why am I going through this? Because we've had instances where patients call us in a panic, right? And go, Michelle, help, how? I brought everything else. I brought my device, I brought the tubing, I brought everything, but I didn't bring the mask. Can I use it without the mask? No, you cannot use it without the mask. How do you use your CPAP device without the mask? Well, you want to put the tubing into your mouth when you sleep, or you want to put a plastic bag over your head and a tubing inside. No, okay, don't get funny ideas, please. You cannot use your CPAP device without your mask. I mean, if you're lucky, the place that you're in, I think if you're in the US or if you're in Australia, I think, if I'm not wrong, it's like CPAP Haven, right? You should be able to find a CPAP vendor or a pharmacy that sells maybe CPAP masks, yeah, around the corner. I think, from what I know, from what I heard, yeah. But you may not be that lucky if you are in other countries, yeah. Okay, so what are some things which, so what do you have to remember to bring, okay? So firstly, right, your CPAP device, obviously. If you bring everything else, tubing, your mask and all that, and you don't bring your device, I have nothing to say. I give up, okay? Okay, so first your device. Secondly, your tubing or your hose, which is the thing that connects your machine or your device to your mask, okay? If you use the AirSense 10 Auto Set, we're probably talking about the Climate Line Air, heated tube, yeah, heated hose. If you're using the AirStart 10, we're probably looking at the Slimline, the white one, the white skinny one, yeah. Okay, so other than tubing, okay, your mask, obviously, again, yeah. So remember to bring your mask. Without your mask, you can't use your CPAP device. The other thing to remember, because some of you may have detached everything to wash it, before you go on your trip. So most masks actually come with a removable elbow. You know what that is? With the angled thing on the front of the mask, usually, yeah. Okay, so at least for the N20, the N20 Classic, the F20, they're all in front, right? That is the elbow. If you're talking about the N30i, the P30i, which are your Teletubby masks, it's on top, okay? You know that snorkel thing, yeah, that little angled thing that you can remove, okay? Make sure you have the elbow with you, because if you have everything else, you have your mask, you have your tubing, you have your machine, you have everything, but you don't have the elbow, you cannot connect it, you cannot use it, okay? So, okay, the only two masks that do not have removable elbows are probably your N30, right, and your P10, yeah, because these masks have attached tubing, short tubes, yeah, you know that the short tube, which is supposed to connect your heated hose or your Slimline to, okay. What else? Okay, so your humidifier chamber, yeah, unless of course you have bought a side cover prior to that, because you don't use your humidifier. So either you put your humidifier chamber, bring your humidifier chamber, or either you bring the side cover, okay? Because if you've noticed by now, I hope, if you don't put your humidifier chamber in, if you leave it exposed, if there's nothing there, once you start therapy, the air is gonna gush out, yeah, and it's gonna be very, very loud. You can hear, you can't miss it, yeah. Why? Because the air is supposed to come in through the air inlet, go into your humidifier chamber, and go out to you through the tubing Yeah, so if you don't have the humidifier chamber there, it all comes out, and yeah, to wherever. Machine is going to sense a leak, and it's probably going to auto stop in a couple of in less than a minute. Yeah, okay, so that's your humidifier chamber for you. Yes, you need a power cable. Of course, please do not forget to bring a power cable. Okay, you need your power cable so that you can run your device. Okay, let me see what else. Okay, that should be all when it comes to the physical device and the accessories. Okay, next, you may want to check with the airlines, okay, what you need to submit. I think most commercial airlines are quite familiar with CPAP devices. You probably don't need to submit anything, but the last I heard from a patient, the airlines wanted her to produce a doctor's letter to say that she needs to use, or she wants to use, the device on the plane. Okay, and yes, and also yes, we advised her to bring along the travel compliance letter, right? So what is the travel compliance letter? You can get it from us. It's a letter that is signed off by ResMed, that lists all the devices that are FAA compliant, so which means you can use it on the plane, you can bring it on the plane. Yeah, you can get that from us, but please get it from us in advance. Okay, not the last minute, not when you're boarding, not when you're at ticketing, the ticketing counter. Get it from us beforehand, yeah, because sometimes if you're busy with patients, we don't pick up your call, we can't help you. Okay, so other than that, okay, travel compliance letter, doctor's letter for some. Yeah, so remember, check with your airlines or check with your travel agent. If your travel agent is a bit like blur, check with the airlines, it's safer. Okay, and okay, so you may need to inform them that you need a power socket, what do you call it? Okay, you need power source. Yeah, I think for first class, business class, it's usually not an issue. I think they usually have it. Economy class, I think some airlines have it, some don't. So yes, what I heard from that same patient is that she had to inform them, so they made arrangements so that she could sit nearer to a PowerPoint, and they to which they attached an extension cord or something. So she was near, they put her as near as possible to the PowerPoint, so that they don't need to like extend, like drag the extension cord like into the middle of the plane or something. Yeah, something like that. So that is another thing which you would have to let them know. What else? Let me see. Documents. Yeah, also check with them when they need you to submit these documents, because some airlines may need you to submit it early, like a week before your trip, 2 weeks before your trip. So please check early, submit early. Okay, and what else? Yes, okay. Should you check in your CPAP device, or should you bring it on as hand carry? Okay, we've always recommended that you bring it on as hand carry. Why? I'm sure all of us have come across horrendous videos of how luggage handlers actually hurl your luggage across the room, across the wherever. Yeah, better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, so we have one patient who was complaining that our humidifier chambers were of lousy quality, because although there were no visible cracks, they were leaking like within 6 months, 7 months, and just asking why couldn't they be made sturdier. But I told her it can't be, because that is the exact problem we have, right? Because the humidifier chambers are usually so sturdy that we have a problem getting patients to change them regularly because they don't crack, they don't leak, they're still okay. So whenever you tell patients to change their humidifier chambers, they'll be like, but why? It's okay, it's not leaking, it's fine, it looks okay, everything is still intact. Yeah. So I was thinking about it, and hey, okay, I remembered that this patient travels around a lot. Like, I think she only spends 20%, 20 to 25, 30% of time in her home country. Yeah. And 70-80% is, yeah, she's always traveling. So I asked her if she usually checks in her CPAP device or hand carry. She said, oh, of course, yeah, I check it in. And for her, because she wants to save space, right, she doesn't bring along the travel bag, right, because it defeats the purpose. Because if you bring the travel bag and put it into your luggage, it's probably going to take up like a quarter of your luggage if you've got a huge luggage, if not, maybe even 1/3. Okay, so what she does is she just wraps her device with her clothes. Yeah, I don't think that's protective enough. Okay, and the other thing, do not forget that even if your device is under warranty, if there are any signs of damage or cracks or anything, or any signs that show that the damage was due to carelessness, due to negligence, the warranty is not going to cover. Yeah, okay? So, yes, I mean, just bring it on as hand carry. Yeah, why take the risk? Okay, so yes, the reason why I thought that it's because that patient was checking in her CPAP device, which caused, well, the frequent leaks, or which actually shortened the lifespan of her humidifier chamber, is because that was the only thing which differentiated her from the other patients. Yeah, the other patients who also travel a lot, yeah, they usually bring it on as hand carry. Yeah, and they've had no complaints about the humidifier chambers. So it probably has something to do with that. Yeah, if you visually inspect it, you won't see any cracks. Yeah, she didn't see any cracks. Even when it started leaking, she didn't see any cracks. She just kept seeing a puddle of water beside her CPAP machine. Yeah, so yes. Okay, so the other thing is, I think from what I understand, most commercial airlines will not add the weight of your medical device into your hand carry luggage allowance, right? So let's say if you've got allowance of 7 kg, if your CPAP device is 3 kg, right? If your own stuff is like 5 kg, they won't add it up and say, hey, you've got 8 kg of stuff. Yeah, they still take it that you've got 5 kg of stuff because the medical device is not included in that 7 kg hand carry luggage weight. So if you have 5 kg of stuff, you still have 2 more kg to play around with. Okay, but yes, once again, please check your airlines, because different airlines have got different different terms and conditions. Yeah, from what I understand, for budget airlines, they do add everything in. Yeah, even if it's your CPAP device, your medical device, they do add it in as part of your hand luggage, your carry-on luggage weight. Yeah, but just check to be safe. Okay. Other than that, let me see. Okay, so please prepare your documents early, submit it early if you need to. Don't wait until the last minute. Okay. What else? I think that should be all. If I've left anything out, if I need to add on anything, I'll be back. Yeah, so that's all for now. Bye.